Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Moshope and today I am just going to be showing you a tutorial of how to use ProWriting Aid to edit your fiction and non-fiction. So I just want to show you how this can work for you, how you can use ProWriting Aid to make your fiction much better, more readable. Please, even if you are using an editor, like if you're using an editor for your fiction book, of course you need to at least do some self-editing to reduce the amount of money you're going to have to pay to an editor for your editing. So I think ProWriting is like very important tool. Like at least after you've done like a few read-throughs of your work by yourself, then at least ProWriting Aid gives you another set of eyes on your work before you like send it to the editor. So let's look at the first things you should like consider before you start to use ProWriting Aid for your fiction. This is the fiction part. I'll do the non-fiction part, and I'm just going to cut them into like this video into two, fiction and non-fiction. But I think that if you look at both sides, it could be useful to you. I actually write in British English, but because my target readers are mostly in the US, so I usually pick US English for this. And as you can see, I'm writing magical realism. This is the current setting for my book. Right? Depending on what kind of fiction you write, you can go general fiction, fantasy, historical fiction, horror, mystery, popular science, romance, self-help, thriller, young adult. The chapter we are using as an example for this tutorial is a book I wrote in, I think, 2016. So I actually chose a book I wrote in 2016 because one, it was supposed to be published in Nigeria anyways, but you know, life happened. Anyways, this book is a long time ago and I can't remember what I wrote and how I wrote it, so it's riddled with errors. I specifically chose it also because it is full of errors, and you can see what ProWriting Aid can do for you, like in the editing part of your work. Mostly, I think ProWriting Aid is more useful for stuff like line editing and copy editing, part of your editing. The other things you need to put in place other than your language and your document type when you're setting up ProWriting Aid for fiction, you can look at this now. For combo reports, I get reports on overused words, vague and abstract words, pacing. These are the things I am personally interested in, and you can actually see all these things here. Here reports. You can actually see all of them here if you want, but there's a way to generate a summary report. And if you're looking through that report, what are those things that you actually want to check for when you're looking at the summary report of like each chapter or each 5 chapters or something like that? And so this is the combo reports. You can choose which of these things are important to you. Is it the overused words, sentence length, vague, abstract words? Listen, I don't want to like start explaining what each of these things mean to your fiction work. I think you should just go to ProWriting Aid's YouTube channel. They explain each of these things one by one. Echoes, paragraph length, pacing, they explain everything there, so you can just go there and check it out. These are cliches, redundancies, stuff like this are what I want on my combo report. But even if you're not using combo report, you can see these things on your own here. Overused words, combo, whatever, you can see a lot of this stuff. So you have more reports. There's everything you need here too. But if you want combo reports that are specific, like you already know what you're looking for after like going through ProWriting Aid's tutorials on what all these things mean. You already know what you're looking for and what you're not looking for. So that is what you can see that I've ticked here. Overused words are like words that you know that you know that there's a lot of it in your work and they're not good. And also I also put like words that tell instead of showing. Words that indicate that you are telling instead of showing, I put them in my overused words. Not because I overuse them, but just because I know that when I'm using these words, I'm telling instead of showing it. Show don't tell is like a concept in fiction about, you know, trying to make your readers see more when they read your work. Anyways, I'm not going to go into that. So these are my overused words that when I go to the overused tab, I want ProWriting Aid to identify so that I can go through them and see which ones I can remove so that they are not too much. And you can also put like how many of the overused words is too much with this equals to. So I didn't put any equals to, I just allowed the ProWriting Aid AI to decide on their own. Then you can do dialogue settings. I don't really do this. Repeat settings. There's also, I think it's even a place where you can put in code or something. I don't know where that place is, not here. You can use your favorite author for comparison between your work and your favorite author. I know Dan Brown, but he writes so I think it's mystery thriller. I've read some of his books. Brandon Sanderson writes, I think, mystery thriller too. I think I can't really be sure. I've not read his books, but I've read this book like when I was really young. Oh, I know Susan Collins. I kind of like her writing too. So you can just like the author you like and the way they write, you can compare your writing with their writing, and then you save the settings that you've made here, so it will start working in your manuscript. Now let's go to like, I'm not going to like go through all of this because many of them are kind of not so necessary. It depends on your weaknesses and your strengths. For me, I will not be going through all of this. Like for me, the main reports I use is grammar, style, overused, and I think where's that one? I think readability is also in style, so I usually use it here. And I think glued words, overglued words, sometimes I check, sometimes I don't. Depends on like how tired I am when I'm doing the editing. So we're just going to do grammar, styling, and overused words. I'm not going to go through all of this. If you want help, go and check ProWriting Aid's YouTube channel. This is just you can also use thesaurus. Oh, let me show you a big secret that you probably don't know. There's a thesaurus of sorts that ProWriting Aid provides you. For example, let me see. Okay, Summon. Word Explorer. They call it Word Explorer. It sort of just shows you like another word, kind of like shows you synonyms for a word, and you can also like take it to the next level with this. I actually learned about this in ProWriting Aid's Romance Week. They did a Romance Week with a lot of like established romance authors talking about the craft and how they write, and it was very, very beneficial. And I learned about this in that during that we call it a seminar. I think it's a seminar of sorts actually. So you can see all of this information here on one word, so it can be very beneficial, especially if you're writing inside ProWriting Aid. I don't write inside ProWriting Aid. I use Smart Edit Writer for my writing. I will maybe do a tutorial on that later. I used to use Writer, but I changed for a couple of reasons. I may explain that later or not. Depends. Okay, so let's start with like grammar. Let's start with grammar. Oh, the grammars will be really bad. Oh, just 10 issues. Oh, 46 issues. I knew that there were many issues because this book, I wrote it when I was really young, 2016. A long time ago. This was when I was probably like getting serious with my writing and thinking that maybe I might want to publish. I started writing around 2012 or 2011, but as at now I found one of my Wattpad profiles from 2012. I'm not sure if I think I was writing way before that, but at least the Wattpad profile I could find was 2012. I think, yes, it was 2012, the profile I found when I went searching. Okay, you can see there's a lot of grammar issues, and one wonderful thing about ProWriting Aid is that you're not forced to choose these edits. They just, you see, they tell you if this is a UK spelling. For someone like me who writes in UK spelling, but my audience is my target audience is read in US English, so I usually use this like to know if my spellings are wrong. I think that nowadays like my spellings are kind of warped between both, so sometimes I'm writing in UK English, sometimes I'm writing in US English, so it's just like going like that and going back and forth. So you can pick whether you're going to accept the suggestion, the grammar suggestion, or not. You can pick that you are going to accept the suggestion by clicking it like this, or you can pick that you're not going to accept the suggestion by ignoring. Of course, you can also disable some rules, but I will advise you not to do that, because once you disable those rules, you're going to have to message ProWriting Aid support line to get them to re-enable those rules again. So for me, this is a no-go area. I don't even touch it. Like, okay, I've touched it once. I've only used it once, I think, for a particular something that was like just occurrence, and it was just like, I'm not going to, I don't need this rule. This rule does not apply to me, something like that. So that's when you disable the rule. Do not disable the rule casually. Okay, so I can ignore this, I can accept this. So just like that, that's how grammar works. Now let's go to where the work is actually. The work is actually in style. there is a lot of work in style. Seriously, if you're someone who doesn't want to be seeing passive verbs in your work, or you use a lot of passive verbs, this will be useful to you. For me, I kind of feel like as though passive is useful when it's useful. I mean, it's not good for it to be too much, but sometimes it just can't be too, you can't remove everything, you can't remove all the passive verbs. Repeated sentence starts, I don't care about this, frankly. Like, as long as the thing is grooving, as long as the writing is grooving, like from this sentence, I mean, from this paragraph to this next paragraph, is it interesting? Or from this sentence to this next sentence, will the reader be able to relate? Will the reader be able to go along? Will there be no interruptions with like the flow of the reading? That's my only concern. So I don't really use repeated sentence starts, but I use emotion tells, because emotion tells actually, it can be very abrupt sometimes, because you're telling the reader what the character is feeling, or you're telling the reader how to feel, because most readers, like, you know, they live through your characters when they're reading your books. So you don't want to be telling them that this character feels this way. You're trying to, like, what your goal should always be like, can I explain? So whenever I look at possible emotion tells, what I'm going through there is like, I'm trying to say that, can I explain this in a better way? Like, can I show how this character is feeling? Can I show how this action takes place, or this emotion takes place, so that instead of, like, for me, actually what I've been using is the emotion thesaurus for my, like, this I think it's Angela Ackerman and one other author that wrote that book together. So I have a copy of the emotion thesaurus, and I go through it like whenever I see this emotion tells. So I'm just like, I go through it, or I go do a Google search simply and look for like another way to describe. I just search for like how to describe anger. Let me give you some examples. Like, if you want to describe anger, for something like this, was becoming angry, you can change it up with something like veins on her forehead popped, or she clenched her hands, something like that. Those kind of things show emotion, like they show anger, but you're not directly telling the reader that this character is angry. They are just showing, like, you are giving the reader a visual image. Now, style improvement, I also look at this can be incredibly useful. Just tell you, like, is there a better way to say this? Look at this. Can you replace select carefully with a stronger verb? Yes, this is actually a better word for this. Hidden verbs, I don't care. 3 adverbs of time spent. Yes, and you don't want, yes, it's not as if this, you know, the thing about writing is that I know people used to say you don't want to have too many adverbs, but I mean, you want to, but that does not mean that you should remove all the adverbs in your work. So when you have something like this report, now you're just going to be going through each appearance of that adverb to see if is there anything I can change. Like, can this adverb, will this sentence work better without this adverb, or will this sentence work better with a better description than this adverb, which is practically sort of telling, because adverbs sort of tell. Yes, like, look at this. Use adverb sparingly in your writing, especially creative writing. You can often use a stronger verb or omit it. Yes, sometimes if you look at an instance where there is a verb and then there's an adjective, and there's an adverb, you will notice that there is a verb that is stronger, that would have worked instead of you using this verb and this adverb. So that is one tip. So you want to, like, whittle this down depending on how your prose is written and what you think is best. And then this is also one very important thing: readability enhancements. So ProWriting Aid will tell you that this thing doesn't sound so good. Readability might be enhanced by saying this, also could not. I've also been unable to see how that improves that sentence, improves that conversation tremendously. I'll go and cook dinner. I'll cook dinner. It sounds better. So that's how readability enhancement works. I think that is pretty much grammar, style, overused words. Let's check it. Well, I don't know if this one will have overused words. Yeah, my overused words. Oh, it has a lot of curses. From 49. So you see, and it'll tell you like how much you need to reduce. I think that is going to be based on your document type. That's how, except you put an equals to in front of that sentence that I showed you before. But if you didn't put an equal to, they'll tell you based on like published writing. Yeah, compares the frequency of commonly overused words in your text to published writing to give you an indication of where you may be overusing words. There's a lot of other stuff you can do here. There's echoes. I know people search for echoes. There's transitions, there's readability, there's stickiness, like too much buts and all those words. Of course, you can also use this real-time place here, where it tells you that how much editing have you done to your writing. If you actually, the thing doesn't stay in one place, to be sincere. It doesn't stay in one place, it's always changing. So many times I'll edit something here and go and come back. Something that was maybe 88% could become 90% by the time I come back, like, and restart ProWriting Aid. So it's not stable, it's not really static, but at least it just gives you like a general real-time view of like what is wrong with your writing and what is not. Look at this, like weak adverbs, dialogue tags, and from here you can also like move into this stuff like readability grade. From here you can also move to like this stuff like glue index is stickiness, actually, I think. Yeah. Okay, so sticky sentences. So you can, from there, you can, from real time, you can move to this particular stuff and find the errors and correct them and come back, and this, your goals would have increased if you have corrected some stuff like. So that's pretty much how to use ProWriting Aid for your fiction work. And now let's just try non-fiction. For non-fiction, I'll just change, I think, around here. Sorry. So I'll just change around here. You just need to change this depending on the type of non-fiction. For me now, I write blog posts, so this could be like a long web article, short web article, general web copy. There's stuff like this, like CV, email, general, like different types of writing, reports, job description, marketing text, academic, general, technical, okay, script, casual, dating profiles, memory. Okay, let's just use like long web article for this. I think this is a short, this is actually an essay. Let me check. This is an essay I wrote in 2014. Yes, I wrote it in 2014. It's a long time ago. I think this will be really low because it's that long ago that I didn't think I even started writing like blog posts, because when writing blog posts also helped my writing a lot. After significance of education, I think it was before I got my admission or after I got my admission to university anyways. So you can see that it's really the goal, this is like really low. It's actually an essay. I don't know if there's academic essay. Okay, I guess we can use this for it instead because it's an essay, not an article. It didn't help it much. Okay, let's go back to reports and look at grammar. So you still, the same way you use fiction, you just like, you can accept or you can choose to ignore. Please use the disable rule carefully. Do not just pick anything. And this because this is UK, I mean this is UK spelling, you can just change it to US spelling. Then let's go to style. I actually don't know how style will work for like non-fiction because I usually use Grammarly for my non-fiction work. Okay, this is pretty good. I'm sure to like style improvement, trying to use, that's the two words that mean the same thing. So just use like try. Okay, passive verbs can be removed more. Subordinate text, adverbs, and readability, all of those things. Overused words, let's check that out. This is so these are the overused words. Okay, let's look at ProWriting Aid's pricing. Okay, so this is ProWriting Aid's pricing. I actually got ProWriting Aid at a discount. But right now they have a 50% off discount, I think, because this is November. Wow, 54%. Oh my god. Oh god, this is just the best time to buy this if you want to buy it. I actually bought it with the Romance Week 40% off, because I actually needed it before this November. I knew that there would be a promo of like, you know, I knew there would be a promo like November Black Friday kind of promo, but I couldn't wait that long. My book is going to be published anytime soon, so That's why. So you can see that this is actually the best time to get it. This is actually $72, and now you can get it at 39.50 yearly. Yearly. Understand that, yearly. This is so good. Like, this is like, if you want to get ProWriting Aid, if you're writing fiction, let me just say it this way. If you're writing fiction, I really recommend you get this. Even if you have an editor for your self-editing, to like reduce the amount of money you're going to pay to your editor, this is just very important. Just come and buy it. You don't use my affiliate link. I don't care. What is important is that your work, you don't have to pay your editor as much if you do your self-editing right. But if you're not writing like fiction, if you're doing non-fiction, you can just use Grammarly's free version. I'm using Grammarly's free version to write blog posts since forever, and nothing has happened. The only reason why I bought this was because if you want to use the free version of like of ProWriting Aid, you're going to be doing like, there's a 500 word count limit. You can use all of the features, right? There's no problem with that. But the problem is this 500 word count limit. Imagine you have a chapter that is 2,600 words. So you're just going to have to be copying and pasting 500, check that 500, then come back. It is very time consuming. I'm telling you this because I actually did that for like 2 books. For the first 2 books I published, I was doing that whole 500, copy 500 and paste it here and edit, because I didn't have the money to pay for ProWriting Aid then, and there was no like discount off the money. Like, there was no 40% off discount for me, and I just didn't have that amount of money. So I would recommend you getting this now if you can, because this is $39.50. This is like save 50%. I will try and put the Black Friday, because I'm actually an affiliate for ProWriting Aid. I'll try to put the Black Friday discount offer on this YouTube video, so you can get it at this price. I don't know the commission. I'm not sure how much the commission is, but please get this while it's still this price. It's actually $72 or so, right? So get this while you can before Black Friday is over. I don't even know how long the Black Friday lasts anyways. That's all for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll try to, like, I'm not going to do tutorial video for the next video. I'm going to I'm going to publish on YouTube, because the reason why I'm doing this is because this is easier for me now that I just finished using ProWriting Aid, 1, and number 2, I've not had time to script my regular talking videos because I don't have the time right now. Till next week, see you later. Have a good day. Bye. Don't forget to like and subscribe.